Hey Sag, welcome to your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. My name is Angela. Well, welcome to you all. Thank you for joining me today. This message is going to be for Sagittarius. Possibly even the cross watchers, but let's get into this message. Holy Spirit, what is the overall energy that you have for Sagittarius? One more time. What is the overall energy? Journal it out. Write how you feel. All right. So what I'm getting from this is this is gonna be a very emotional time for you. You may be going through a lot of changes, and just like Aries, some of you may be able to relate with the Aries reading. Go and watch that. But I'm seeing like some similarities, some emotions that may be coming up to the surface. And you may be reevaluating your house. And what I mean by your house, this could be your literal house, but what I mean by your house really is your temple. What in your life is a mess? What is it within yourself that needs to be changed? Because I'm feeling like it starts with the mind. I feel like for a lot of you Saggies, you may be having body issues. You may be looking at what parts of your body function correctly and which don't. And which goodness. In other words, I feel like it's time for you to get your house in order. You're going to be figuring out what parts of your body are you neglecting. Is it your emotional side? Is it your physical side? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough rest? Are there feelings that you're struggling to acknowledge? Because I definitely feel like around this point in time, Aries, your inner child is going to be yearning for your attention. This could be a very important time for you to change the way that you see the world around you. And to figure out in this lifetime what's not adding up. For some of you, Aries next year might mark the 30th birthday for you, or the 30th anniversary of something that's significant. The bottom line is the number 30 may be significant in some way. Like you might be a life path 3 possibly. But I feel like you may be kind of fixated on some areas of your life where you may have failed. But Spirit wants you to get you to this place, Sag, where you are focused on realizing the wisdom that came from some type of failure, some type of perceived failure. And I feel like this is the wisdom that you've learned from the past that you're going to be applying to present situations or situations that may be coming up in 21. I feel like you may be delving more into spiritual things and spirituality. And going into next year, Sag, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to do things a different way, to see things a different way, to take a new route in your life. The things that you've gone through in your life so far may have just been a part of a journey, but your life is a long journey ahead. Spirit is saying, don't close yourself off, Sag. Be open to the journey, because I definitely feel like next year is going to have a lot of bends and turns and a lot of positive changes ahead. I feel like with this spiritual change, this is so similar to Aries. I promise you, some of you must be dealing with an Aries or have strong Aries in your chart. I feel like there's something that you do exceptionally well that I feel like you can really excel at. And I feel like because this is something, this has everything to do with your life purpose, the wealth will follow. Definitely feel like some of you are definitely going to be, since we're talking about journey, you may be traveling more. Maybe more interested in art, and maybe scaling some mountains, some challenges in your life. I feel like 2020 has brought many. I feel like going into next year, this is going to be a time of self-mastery and a time of balance. I mean, that's what represents your sign: balance, temperance. So I feel like some things have been off balance in your life, or you may be feeling off balance in some way. If this has to do with your health, since we're talking about your temple, I feel like it's time to pay attention to what your body is telling you. I feel like communication is going to be important this year. Like there may be some things or some people that you're avoiding communicating with. For some of you, this communication has everything to do with your guides. Because I definitely feel like your guides, as you become more spiritually inclined and more spiritually dialed in, I feel like you're going to be more in tune with your gifts and what they really are. Similar to Cancer, I feel like Sag, you guys may have psychic abilities, and there may be some things about you and your gifts that make you stand out above the rest. I definitely feel going into 2020 or 2021, your luck is about to change in a positive way. You may have dealt with some financial challenges. And see what I mean? Aries comes up so strong in your reading. Some of you must have Aries in your chart or dealing with an Aries. For Aries, it was an air sign that was the challenge to their situation. But there may have been some things, Sag, that you've been resisting changing. Some things that maybe you've decided to not move forward on, and I'm feeling like in 2021 you may have a breakthrough. I feel like there's something that you're very gifted at, and for some of you, again, this has everything to do with spirituality and a spiritual gift. Spirit is encouraging you to trust in the higher forces, trust in God or whomever you believe in spiritually. You might be feeling confused at first about your gifts, but I definitely feel like there's going to be some situations that come in to help you reevaluate where you're meant to be in this life. I feel like because of your gifts, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are drawn to you, that are drawn to your wisdom. Some of you may have an aspiration to do something online, even if this isn't now. This may be something that may be coming up later down the pipe that you may be looking into. But it may be this self-critical type of, got that for Taurus too. Maybe you're being very self-critical of yourself. Maybe there are some things that are just very difficult for you to get into moderation, to do in moderation. Yeah, this is going to be a very important time to get some rest and some sleep, and to unplug from mass consciousness so that you can really hear what your guides are trying to tell you, because I feel like they're definitely trying to reach out to you and give you some type of direction where you're feeling directionless. You may be feeling very antisocial these days, and it may have something to do with trustworthiness of people around you. It may be very difficult for you to trust, but I feel like your intuition is what's going to be your guide in this period of time. Feel like you're going to be releasing yourself from possibly some addictions that have been holding you back. And be careful. Like, you might have a slick tongue, Sagittarius, other people may feel. And they may want you to, this may be something that you may be changing about yourself. Maybe this is something that you're doing in moderation. Maybe it has something to do with the words that you say. Or maybe this could be somebody around you that said some things and they flew off at the handle. Some things that were completely below the belt. Some things that may have hurt your feelings. And maybe this is something that you're having a difficult time moving past. And it may have had something to do with childhood. It could have been a father that maybe was a bit neglectful to you. It may be a father that maybe decide to be more present in your life. Or for some of you Sagittarius, there may be a father figure in your life, or you may be that father figure that decides to be more present around your children. If you have faced some type of financial difficulty, I definitely feel like for 2021, you're going to be feeling more financially independent, more recognized, more validated for your work, for your efforts, and for your talents. Because I definitely feel like these are changing times that we're traveling into, and I feel like Spirit is getting you prepared to adapt to these changes that are coming in. And where you've been resisting some changes, I feel like, yeah, there's definitely going to be this overall theme of change. 2021, change. Especially when it has to do with family dynamics, family relationships. You may be placing boundaries with certain people. There may be some people in your life that have had this refusal to change, and some people that have just been outright liars. I feel like you may have a complete change in perspective about why you met these people, why you came across these people. And again, placing boundaries. Because there may be some people that are returning into your life in 2021, and you may not trust these individuals, especially possibly a Gemini individual or a Leo. I feel like somebody, just like I got for Aries, there's a clear air sign, possibly a Gemini. Unless you're on the Aries Gemini cusp, that could be the case. But yeah, I feel like you might be fretting over some things that, maybe some things that you can't change. And for others of you, Spirit is saying it's time to change the things that you can change about your situation. The serenity prayer, I feel like, is going to be important to you. God, grant me the... Okay, give me 1 second to turn off the music for a second, because they're saying, once again, look up the serenity prayer. What is the serenity prayer? Because I don't have it memorized anymore. This is for somebody, bear with me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking as he did his sinful world. Okay, so this goes on, but I feel like the most important takeaway from this is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. And there may have been some things that came into your life that you could not change, that you didn't have any control over. Again, having to do with childhood. Spirit is saying the things that you cannot change, turn them into lessons. The things that you can change, Spirit is saying going into 2020 is going to be imperative for you to change these things, to prevent these unnecessary struggles that you've been going through in this year. Because I feel like a lot of these worries and these struggles that you've gone through were unnecessary. It may have had a lot to do with the fact that you're not trusting your gift, or that you don't trust your path, or that maybe you just don't trust yourself to make the right decisions. 2021 is requiring of you clear thinking, especially when it comes to business and partnerships, romantic and otherwise. But if there are some things that have gone unexpressed because you're waiting for an apology, Spirit is saying you may have to face those things head on. This could be you waiting for an apology, possibly from an earth sign, somebody with air and earth in their chart. Or this could be somebody, this could be an earth sign, air and earth, waiting for you to give them an apology. I feel like this is something that's going to be addressed before this year is over for a majority of you guys. And it may invoke a lot of emotion within you. And this is why Spirit is saying journal about it. Talk about it. Acknowledge your feelings, because up until now there may have been a lot of things that you've pushed down, because maybe it was easier for you to push those down than to face those things, because these things are very painful and difficult. 2020 is going to be a year of self-mastery and embracing peace in your life. Even if this means some type of silent forgiveness that you might be giving to somebody so that you can get to that area of peace in your life. And even if that means quieting some type of insecurities, or acknowledging some type of insecurities that are blocking you from your natural skill and your talent and your ability, I feel like that's where Spirit is trying to take you. Make some time for play, because this looks like it's going to be, right? You've been working a lot. Working on yourself, committed to some things in yourself. Your mother is going to be very significant, and this may be a time where you're communicating more with your mother. Whether your mother is in the afterlife or on this earthly plane, but meditation, I feel like, is going to be very, very gifting to you, and it feels like this is going to be a time of forgiveness and nurturing yourself and tapping into some wisdom. Spiritual wisdom, or even gathering wisdom from I'm hearing a confidant, but what I meant to say is like a mentor, or someone who is like a mentor to you, someone that maybe you look up to. Sag. Pisces. There may be a Pisces that's significant to you, or maybe this is like your midheaven. So this would be you, that your life purpose has everything to do with you giving some type of spiritual wisdom to other people. This is definitely going to be a time of igniting your passions and staying rooted and being grounded. I definitely feel like you're going to be exchanging your energy with other people, and I feel like this is what's going to create abundance for you. Whatever it is that your soul, your inner voice is nudging you to do, this is what's going to be put to the test the rest of this year going into next year. Are you going to heed that inner voice and what it's telling you to do, Sag? Holy Spirit, one final thing in closing for Sagittarius. What is my body telling me right now? Our body speaks to us through physical pain or discomfort. Our body sends us messages for us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Confirmation. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. That's what Spirit is saying. What trapped emotions are there? What fears and beliefs lie below the surface? This is what Spirit is encouraging you to get in touch with before this year is over, so to prepare you for what's coming in for next year. What can I do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? I feel like you're definitely designed to be an inspiration to other people, but it's going to require for you to get out of your head. It's like you don't trust your path, you don't trust your gift, and I feel like that's where Spirit is trying to place you. I know I've said that so many times. I feel like that's your Spirit, guys. Emphasizing that. Spirit is encouraging you to trust your talents in these changing times, and I feel like this might be something that you may be inspired to do, something online that inspires other people, something that gives you the opportunity to show off your sparkle and shine and your uniqueness. Spirit is saying keep your thoughts positive and empowering, because for some of you, you may be experiencing ailments in your body that have everything everything to do that originates from your thinking. That's for somebody. May be required of you to change your mind going into 2020. Holy Spirit, what is the advice that you have for the Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and possibly their cross-watcher? Sagittarius, all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. Again, this may have been a very difficult year for some of you Sagittarius, and Spirit is saying everything happened the way that it needed to. You may not understand the reason everything happened to you in this lifetime, but I feel like a lot of these difficulties that you went through led you to your spiritual gift. And maybe that's something that maybe you do see, or maybe that you'll get to see. But that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can head over to my website, which is AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. If you found that this was helpful, Sagittarius, leave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Your bravery and your ability and desire to share may inspire someone else. You never know. Consider subscribing if you already haven't. All right, Saggies, it's been good. It's been fun. Peace out. I'll see you guys again in the next one.